I also found out back in 2018, and still even today, you guys, with the news being dominated with issues of several of sexual assaults and consent that's going on. How do you explain what's going on to young children who may hear about it? That's a good question, and I got to really think about that because y'all know I work at a daycare, young children. So, uh, well, one third grade teacher named Elizabeth Kleinrock went viral after she shared a consent chart she made to help her students understand. Now, the chart featured on her Instagram at Teach and Transform helps students define consent, gives them examples of when to ask for consent, like giving hugs or touching another person, and what to say in response to another student if they don't give you consent. Wow. Wow. I love that there. I truly love that there. And I'm gonna show you guys um probably as I'm talking, you guys, the consent chart as I'm talking, and you guys can see what's on it. And it goes on to say, what does consent sound like? It says, here's some yes, sure, yes, please, of course, yes, I would allow that, okay. And it must sound positive and enthusiastic, okay, okay. And then it goes on, it says, when do we need to ask for consent? Giving hugs, borrowing things, touching another person, kissing, sharing secrets. And that's what I do with, it goes on and on. You guys can see the chart for yourself. And it goes on and on. And I like that there because I work in daycare and I ask my students, well, some of them, not all of them, but like some of them, because they love to give me hugs. They really do. They love to give me hugs. And with some of them, I ask, do you want me to give you a hug? Is it okay? They either say yes or no, giving them permission, because what if they don't want no hug? You got to respect, I know they're young kids, though, but still, though, you got to respect because, they probably don't want that. They probably want, whatever they may, whatever they may be. And I always ask because I am the adult. I think that's more, our responsibility. We have to ask because that is totally great. That's great. Also, touching another person. Ooh, I deal with that on a daily basis at work because I always ask them every day. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch nobody if they don't want you touching on them. And then some of them, come up to me. He's touching me now. And see, you did. That's what I'm talking about there. That's what I'm talking about there. Be in your own space. Don't touch nobody if they don't want you touching them. Now, if they ask for you to touch on them, okay, they gave you permission. Okay, they gave you permission. But if they did not give you permission, if they tell you, don't touch me, and you still gonna touch them on them, see, you're not respecting what they ask. And that goes with me too as well, because I don't like a lot of people touch up on me, hugging me, this and that. I ask, like, if I either, if they try to come in for a hug, shake hand or fist bump or whatever, not touching up on me, because I don't like too much hugs to begin with anyways. But with kids, it's fine because I love hugging kids. But with, adults and stuff like that, no, just give me a handshake. I don't know what I'm doing. Give me a handshake or a fist bump or just a wave, this and that. Don't come up on me, touch on me, this and that. Okay. That's with me, y'all. That's with me. But anyways, this is great. This is great. And we should ask our young kids this. We need to be teaching them now at the age that they are at, because that will go a long way. I'm going to tell you, that will go a long way if you teach them early. Parents, are you hearing me? We got to teach our kids early on. We cannot wait until when we feel it's the right time, to talk with our kids about this or that. No, start it young, at the young age. Okay. I know it's difficult or you probably don't want to have it. It has to be done. It has to be done because if you don't teach them, let me just say this before we wrap up. If you don't teach them, then the world is going to teach them. And I don't think you want the world to teach your children certain things or let them hear from other people. Am I right? Of course I'm right. Uh, for example, sex. Do you want yourself as the parent to teach them what's right and wrong about it? Or do you want your child to hear from the world? And we know how the world is today, or from their peers. I don't think you want that. I know, I really don't want to have that talk with my kid, but it has to be done. I know it's going to be difficult. It's going to be strange. It's going to be this and that. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable. Of course it is. Talking about that with your child, of course it is. But it has to be done. It has to. So think about it, parents. Think about it, okay? So let me hear from you guys. What do you think about this? Yay or nay about this? Because I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.